What is up, Strike Squad? So, hopefully you're subscribed. If you're not, subscribe, become part of the Strike Squad. Love to see the channel growing. So, today we're going to talk about 3 key things that I think everybody needs to know in order to play League of Legends and honestly win a lot more games. And they're all in your settings. So, we're going to talk about them today, and it should be pretty insightful for you guys. So, we'll get into it. So, one of the first things that you can find out about your league settings is that you can actually control the size of your HUD. So if you can see here, I can make this huge. This takes up way too much space. It's too much information. It's too much going on the screen. But if you do have bad eyesight and you struggle to be able to see certain things, you can minimize it, or make it bigger. I play with it much smaller because I think that you want to be able to see as much on the screen as what's happening or not. The more important thing about the interface scale that we can talk about is your mini map. Now, 40 is good for me. That's what works for me. But if you constantly get ganked, if you constantly can't tell where your teammates or the junglers are, increase the size of your mini map so that you actually know what's going on. I like keeping it at 40. That's just enough information for me to be able to tell, where I can see the champion icons. And if I can see the champion icons, I'm more than happy. So 40 is usually what I leave it at. Objective planning scale, that's if you plan when you ping, drag, baron, any of that stuff. Death recap when you die. Practice tool scale, that's this right here, right? So I can make that smaller, bigger, etc. Now, this is really important. You chat, same thing. Now, speaking of chat, we're going to talk about one of the other settings that I think is really, really important for League of Legends. Personally, I think that what you need to do and what is very, 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 very helpful is if you go down here to chat and change it to party only. If you are tilted, if you have a problem with typing to people in this game, if the chat distracts you, which I can honestly say it happens to everybody at some point, 99% of the time, if your team starts flaming, sometimes I'll leave the chat on, and then when things start going south, I immediately go in here, I just turn the chat off. Turn it off. It will help you so much to just focus on your game. It will change League of Legends forever for you when this game just becomes you walking around, doing stuff with your friends, or playing, farming minions, making decisions, and no one is yelling at you like they're, like you kicked their dog and stole all their money, right? So just do yourself a favor and know where this is. It's in interface down at the bottom, and turn it off. Okay, now, the other one, I believe, is in game. Now, what you're going to want to do here is camera lock. You are going to want to make sure, and I think, if I double check here, I don't play with locked camera. If you hit Y, your camera is locked. You cannot play this way. You can't. You need to be able to move your camera around the map to take a look at wave states. If you're a jungler, this is crucial. You can click on the mini-map. You can use your F keys. So like I can click on the mini-map if I hit F1. If I had other people in this game, I could hit F2, 3, 4, 5. And I would bounce around to the different characters, right? So your F keys, F1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And clicking on the mini-map allows you to move your camera around. You need to be able to do this. And honestly, what I'll do is I'll do this. I'll be watching this, and then I'll path over here by right-clicking on the minimap, and then I'll just watch my character to see if anybody's going to attack me, if anything's going on. If something starts happening, I just snap back. Snap back with the Y key, or snap back with this, because your cursor's already over there. Either or. You have to get used to camera movement in this game if you want to get better. So I recommend, we'll run through it one more time. I recommend adjusting your HUD in the interface. I recommend knowing where the chat visibility to mute chat is. And I recommend making sure that you know that Y is your locked camera and that you're not playing on locked camera. And that you know that you can move your camera around, you can path using the map, and that you can use your F keys to see what's going on with your teammates. These are the 3 League of Legends settings that are really, really good and that I think everybody should know about and everybody should use. Now, let me know in the comments if you guys like this. There are other things like combat text, emote bubbles you can turn off, things in relation to if you want to use auto attack turned on. Some people don't like it. Attack move. There are a bunch of other things that some people have preferences on, that some people use, quick cast, things of that nature. I think having quick cast all is very, very important too, because then when you hit an ability, it just goes out, and you'll learn the more you play your champion what stuff goes where and everything. But if you guys are interested in other League of Legends settings and you want me to make more videos like this, let me know. But I figured that this would be a good introduction to just anybody who's getting into the game about what settings you pretty much need to know. The longer you play with Lux Lane, the longer you don't know how to mute the chat, and the longer you go with these massive interfaces taking up all of your screen, the harder it's going to get to adapt later. So I hope that this was helpful for you guys. Let me know, and I will see you in the next one.